Hi guys. I wanted to start a series about kind of War Academy. To be honest, it will be War Academy series. I will be posting episodes where I will focus on particular strategies and things that matter in general for war. Today I wanted to start with CSI war strategy. This is cross-server invasion. Cross-server invasion is basically a thing where you fight for one day for around 24 hours. It can be a little faster, obviously, when you win the throne, but you fight in general for 24 hours with other servers for the throne. The basic idea is you hold your own throne, but you can also attack others. And when you attack others, your throne is protected. This is the very first basic thing. So you don't need to have almost anyone in your throne besides one troop that is holding it, because the counter needs to go on your throne. This is very important. So it's kind of protecting your back when you're pushing other thrones. And in general, what I observe when we look at other servers, there are in general, it's very rare to see war aggression. And in most of the situations, I see 80-90% of the alliances, they go peace, or they are defensive, they are not prepared for it. I wanted to give you kind of some hints how I see this from my perspective, and at least get a feeling to how to be a little bit better on the defensive side or on offensive side. First of all, if you want to go offensive, you need to be prepared for this. And there are two basic things that we missed actually in the past. I will just say from our alliance perspective what we didn't have and when we're lacking. And the first point was we didn't have a clear leadership. There always needs to be someone appointed to say we do go left, right, or there's a discussion ongoing, and then we are doing it. We finally have a structure in our leadership that people usually follow my guidance. If not, I'm basically giving these votes to the people, and the leadership makes decision, and they say we do this or this. And it's a very clear message to people what they need to do. Absolutely crucial to have a leadership. The second point is people need to be aware about expectations. It must be clear to send an email to all and to tell them, guys, be ready, we'll be having a war, or we'll war. Most of the alliances are not prepared for war, either from timing perspective, from any other angle. I'm just speaking from the high level perspective. Having proper leadership, having established comms is a basic before the war. And then when war happens, things are changing. When war happens, when you look at when we look, for example, at this throne, 1284, you see, guys, many situations. Usually, when I see how people stand, first of all, they do not defend the throne well. There are some castles surrounding the throne, but usually the access to the throne is very easy. So when you make a really fast moves on a first minute, you can quickly snatch the throne just by killing all the guys when there is kind of this diplo mode, oh, we want peace and so on. Be ready always to be defensive. Be ready always to fight. Be prepared for taking a hit. Be ready to lose the throne. This is the very first idea. It changes the optics, how you play the game. This is the very first thing. Be ready that someone will be sneaky as we are and trying to snatch your throne while you are talking on the diplo. We are just basically hitting in the first 3-4 minutes after we see opponents. We are taking advantage of it. And then we are holding the throne. But the few things are, first of all, you should have 2-3 lines, like basically lines of layers of protection, and second and probably third line, which would cover the big guys that are next to the throne. This is very important because we quite often see situations where there is only one or two lines where we can quickly and easily sneak to the throne. This is one point. Second point, I see many low, and this happens, by the way, also in our alliance, that, for example, in this round, I wasn't able to be in the first line here or here, and I couldn't send my troops as fast as I wanted because I wasn't basically in the second line. And this is very situational, by the way, guys. This is very, very situational. Because we actually didn't have all our bigs online, some of the bigs were online. We have a strategy where two big guys always hold the front. This is very important. And small guys surround big guys. The usual strategy is that one big guy takes one side and second one takes other side. And other sides are kind of complementary, just trying to fill the spots. It's way easier for us to hold the throne and swap the units, but it's always one big per side. And then we use, for example, 2084. This is the server that we are in. And we are saying south, east, west, southeast, and so on. It's very easy for us to communicate when we are attacking. But the primary strategy is have at least two big guys to cover the front, and any other bigs, they can be in a further second line to support to support defending the troops, because the big guys needs to be covered, they need to be reinforced. Their primary thing is to hold the front, and I sometimes send the troops backwards just to, for example, here to kill some castles and so on and so on. This is the offensive strategy that we have, and as I'm saying, when big guy is here and you have another big guy that is here, it's relatively hard to get to such castle. At least from our perspective, it's kind of a little bit hard to disturb the big guys where they can focus on the throne. And we have at least two guys covering the throne, and when small guys receive a nice boost from that. It's kind of easy survival mode when we are holding the throne. Obviously, the strategy for defending such throne is a little bit different, and I will show you how we have it currently. What is our setup here? And as you see, we already have marks here. These marks are all the time in the same place. We are already prepared for any war that we need to take defensive stances. This is what we already have. If we lose our throne, all the big guys poured in here. We have I will not share how we're doing it with particular numbers, but these are the guys that are more or less taking the places, and we have 5 big guys, and they are taking the spots, they are creating rallies, and we are pushing the throne. So like we can hit around 500 T plus rallies on a throne, and when we have good timing, in general it matters. But we also need to have guys who are creating a distraction. So we have in general 2 forces, one that is rallying the throne, and we have also, by the way, the strategy for us is, in the past we were doing 3-2, that 3 big guys were actually pushing the throne, and 2 big guys were actually rallying their other big guys to stun them, to kill them. And when you count this, you have 10 rallies going for their big guys, and whatever the alliance is, 10 rallies on big guys, it's a lot. Plus you have some guys that are doing distraction, plus you have 3 guys rallying the throne. And this was a very successful strategy for us, because when you reset the throne, it has a kind of now shield for 30 minutes, and you are safe. You are safe for 30 minutes. And what you can do, you can then go back to other server, that in our case was 1284, and you can push it. The fun part is when you are on an external server, you can't rally the server. You can't rally. They can rally when they're in defensive stance. This is a huge advantage, and we are utilizing this strategy very heavily. As we are currently even having this, and we are not leaving this, we are just pushing this one here, just in case. We are already prepared for such things. And be very mindful that our actually tested go offensive. Try to be offensive, but real offensive. Do not play on empty thrones. Do not play for stupid points. Try to be offensive and see what works for you. I really encourage you, as this is a very war-oriented game, and it involves a lot of people engagement. I really advise to kind of push and see what works for you the best. I know that other alliances, they use, for example, numbers when it comes to positioning. Poop was using it. Our big opponents, kudos to them. They had really nice strategies as well, and they were kind of trying to cover specific areas. We are just saying where we need the support. Usually, our chat is very calm, and we just say what we need and where. We're just saying east, south, whatever, and guys are looking at it. They have this kind of self-awareness what we are doing. Sometimes obviously the self-awareness is missing because, as I mentioned, we didn't have, for example, players in the right spots. So, for example, I'm just here and I see this is actually 7, and I was actually in a position of 7. He was here actually, and I couldn't get to the throne very quickly. And I was one of the 2 big guys that was holding the throne. My main role here today was to hold the throne, not to push, not to be mobile. And when we usually see this kind of situation, when I have another 2 bigs, I say I go mobile. When I say go mobile, I'll basically be trying to hold our back, because most of the castle will be trying to push from the back, and I'm trying to kill them, right? That's the idea. That when I'm going mobile, and again, this is communication, leadership, and the experience that we have in the battles, what we do, and we don't even need to talk very deeply what we are doing. We are already prepared, and we know what to do. This is the importance of preparation and proper communication and leadership. And really, the biggest challenge, the biggest test you can do is do not speak with anyone in Diplo, just go to war. And you will learn quickly what works, what doesn't work. You will see people farming, you will see people sending to the golden nest troops, you will see other crazy stuff happening, and this is normal. Some percentage will be always like this, but the main thing is that 95% of your people do what you ask them to do, and they are ready for a war. And this is general strategy, that you shouldn't do micromanagement. You can try to do micromanagement, but the general idea is to manage the flow. We are managing at scale. You above 20, you just can't micromanage it. You need to go with flow. Obviously, I'm speaking from a perspective where we have a couple big guys, we have 130 people, and so on. But the same principle applies to every other alliance. If you are small, if you don't have that many big players, you need to be ready to fight. You need to be ready to take a risk. You need to also be ready to take a risk that you lose this throne. And we, sooner or later, will lose the throne. You can't realistically win all the time. And this is normal. This is normal when you war, when you want to have fun. There will be always someone who is more powerful. There is always someone who wants to kill us. I can already name some opponents that will for sure kill us when they see us on a CSI. And that's okay. We will have a challenge. We want to fight it. We are prepared for this. We are already prepared that we'll lose our throne. And that's absolutely fair. Losing is okay because you can learn. And I will just tell you kind of thing that when I took R5 role here, I was basically leading wouldn't say that it was average, but below mid alliance that was, I would say, struggling. And currently we are top 2. We were top 1 alliance. In our cluster, we win, like in general, we win the events. We are very good. We are very effective at running anything that is on the server, and we are pushing towards activity. We don't push around the power, because power is something you can always buy, I think. We give a lot of chances to small people and to be active, so they can also participate and feel important. It's not only about the bigs, but it's about motivating also others and treat them as a real contributors to the war. And for me, even if I hold the front, my troops are 10T here, I need to have small guys, and their troops become, I don't know, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9 T, 10 T, because of my boost, but I still need them, and I need them to swap the troops, and I also need them to reinforce me and others, and even to stun others. So everyone has a role, even though sometimes people earn less points, they can do a little bit less. It's very important to have the roles for each of your members. If you don't have it, I would really advise you go offensive, have some fun, push it, and enjoy. This is the general strategy for CSI. There's no magic around it. What I'm trying to say, you will learn a lot through the process of engaging people. That was the biggest challenge for us, how to make everybody engage on time. And now we have very clear strategy. We know how it works. When we meet people, we go to the Discord, we go to the leadership channel. I discuss, I send email. If not me, someone else. We are all on the same page. I'm asking, do we agree? We agree. We do things, and it works. It's very important that these things work. For other alliances, they may be even more advanced. And what I'm trying to say is very simple. But in general, that's what makes all the people engaged. Be on the same page, have a general understanding, know what to expect, know what we can get, what we can lose, and then execute it. And at low level, what I'm trying to say, there are a few minor things where we'll discuss in later series. I just wanted to kind of go high level strategy, front strategy, as we have it. And obviously before the throne, it's very important for us to create 3 layers of people, and we usually have 70, 80 people at least around the throne. Even if they are offline, we ask them, stay there, be a kind of point where they also need to hit. They don't know if somebody is there. If not, we'll just come and try to kill. And this takes time, and the time is our is kind of value that we use as a leverage to push others or to defend. So timing-based attacks, timing-based offensive, that's why I'm saying don't negotiate, try to attack without any deploy, and use this as your advantage. Those are small, tiny details that in general matter, not only in game, but in real life as well. So the same principles, timing-based attacks, it's always in every game, in every life situation, there is always a good occasion or a good thing to do. So I would strongly recommend you explore this and adjust it. And if you have any questions, or you feel that you disagree with me, or I'm saying a kind of, this is horseshit, just put a comment. I'll be happy to discuss. I'm just sharing our way, our path, how we did it, how we are now, what we are doing, what we are building, how it works, what hasn't worked for us, and what is the best way for us now, and how we are doing it. And getting involved people, getting many online, getting them on the same page is the first and most crucial part. If you don't have numbers, even if you have the best people, it will never work. You need to engage people. That's and then you will learn. There will be a lot of mistakes, and then you can learn. Yeah. I hope this first series was the first episode was useful for you guys. I'll be continuing to record more, and if you have any questions, drop me something in the comments. I'll be happy to chat with you. Have a good one, guys. Cheers. Bye bye.